Now, I'm going to speak now may not be of much use to the students, but it may help the trainers. I'm not calling them the teachers, the trainers. See, the English language, they have reduced the pattern, sentence pattern, or sentence model just in 12 formats. I can call it formats. So this beyond these 12 formats, you cannot make a sentence, even Englishman. Here, they apply different purpose in one particular sentence. Let us take a simple sentence. So when I say a simple sentence, you use the base verb as it is, just the base verb as it is in its present form or in its present tense. It is used to indicate the habit, the routine work, the law of nature, and things like the schedules and things like this. So I found this most students were using the continuous sentence to express their habits. There's a big difference. Let's not go to the perfect tense. I'm talking to the trainers and teachers. Don't straight away push them to the perfect tense and tell them this is present, this is continuous, this is present, or this is present, this is current progressive sentence, this is a perfect sentence. You will get no result. They will simply by heart it and they would think that's the grammar of the language. Then they think in terms of getting high marks in the exam. It never gets into the mind that they have to speak, they have to write on their own. So now let's take the base verb. For base verb, make them practice as hard as possible, persistently, to get used to the use of the base verb. That is, so I used the microworld and macroworld. I'm telling you how I used it. The microworld means the structure of atom. The macroworld is our solar system. So I used to make them speak again and again the same thing. Atom is a shell. It consists of. So again, is a shell. It consists of neutron, proton, and electron. Again, now we use the word has. Neutron has no charge, means no electrical charge. Proton has electrical charge. Proton stays close to the neutron. We call it nucleus. Electron stays far away from the nucleus, but electron spins around the nucleus at a very fast rate. It spins around, it rotates around, it moves around, it goes around, like this. 4 or 5 verbs you introduce to them and let them make it, because this is a law of nature. It always happens. Now you take use the same words to the macro world, because most people will not be interested in knowing the structure of atom or behavior of atom. Go to the macro world, the solar system. So the Earth is in the center. Earth has one single satellite, natural satellite, the moon. Then Earth and moon stay close to each other, never clash with each other. There's a equilibrium because they attract each other. So the word attract, then orbit, revolve, goes around. These words are again repeated here. Let them speak like this. This is part of a easy training you give to a student whose language is vernacular. English is second language. So they really go through a very hard time in the schools and colleges, because the faculties in the schools and colleges are stuck with the syllabus. They are syllabus-based teaching. It's not they don't worry about the result. Because in language concern, The results should be instant. The communication should be, you should train the learner instantly to interact with you, not wait for a few days, few months to write the exam. There's no exam. You don't produce an example to the students. The exam is your presence and your interaction. Tell them. They never think of grammar. Don't worry about grammar. Grammar is haunting you. It's the rule of the game. Learn the rule and play. Like you want to swim in the water. You can't read books on swimming and then jump into the water. You will drown yourself. Same thing with the bicycle. You can't learn theories for years, read books after books, and then you sit on the bike, you'll fall down because you have failed to learn the balancing as much as you have failed to learn the balancing in the water. So come to the macro system. The macro system is very simple. The Earth stays in the center as far as we are concerned with the Earth. Earth is the central point of the solar system. But it's not true. The Sun is in the center of the solar system. Now what we do, we have a number of planets. The Earth is the third nearest planet to the Sun. The Sun keeps on giving light by fusion and fusion. So you have to tell them, don't teach them fusion. You teach them sun gives light constantly. Light travels in a straight line. This always happens. So don't let them speak like this. Sunlight will travel in a straight line. The sun will always give light. No, remove the will. The vernacular language, there is a future form to indicate a habit or law of nature or routine or schedules. Got it? See how the macro world is introduced to them. Earth goes around the sun. Earth orbits the sun. Earth orbits the sun. Earth moves around the sun. Earth revolves around the sun. The moon stays close to the earth. Always it stays close to the earth. Never comes much closer and never goes far away. There's a certain distance maintained. But both earth and the moon spin around themselves. So earth spins around itself. The moon spins around itself. The moon goes around the earth. The earth goes around itself. It takes one day to make one revolution. So like this, takes, makes, like the verb, just 10 verbs you introduce to them to use it as a base verb. The verb to indicate routine, schedule, habits, law of nature. So this is the first training you must give to the student. He may be a matured man, he may be an elder person, he may be professional, but they have to come out of their first language, which is not English. Most of the students, what they do two processes in their mind. One is they collect the words in the mind, in their own mind. They form a sentence in their mind, in their language, then translate the sentence into English, word to word, verbatim. It will not work. They have to get the idea. The idea should be translated. The idea should be expressed. The idea should be expressed in the English language style, or whatever language you learn, that style. So you have to train your students to think the language they want to speak. It takes time.